Hey, good morning, gentlemen. It is Thursday, and like always, I hope you're getting ready to dominate your day and dominate your path. And I hope you enjoyed yesterday's content. And continuing on the subject of identity, right? The invisible force that controls a man's life is identity and self image. And I had a lot of guys ask, well, Rich, that makes sense. But how do I start shifting my identity? How do I start becoming the man and receiving the outcomes in life that I want to receive? And I have a pretty simple framework for that. And it's almost guaranteed, gentlemen. It's almost guaranteed that if you follow this framework, your identity will start to shift and you'll start getting more of the things that you want out of life. And it's funny how this works because so often, as men, especially men that are trying to grow and trying to go to the next level, we read a lot of books, we watch a lot of podcasts, we watch a lot of YouTube videos, but rarely does anything necessarily change. And one of the easiest ways, gentlemen, to figure out what your identity is and who you are as a person is by looking at your environment. Your environment will tell you everything you need to know about the person that you are, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, environmental factors are look at the friends that you have. What are they doing in their lives? Look at your bank account. How much money do you have in your bank account? That'll tell you a lot about yourself. Look at your body. Look, do you look the way that you want to look? Look at your relationships. Look at your marriage. Look at the external factors in your life, and that'll tell you the story of what your identity is and what you truly value. But with that being said, how do we shift that identity? How do we become more? How do we get more out of life? How do we dominate our purpose and dominate our path? And the answer is it comes down to character. Character will guide your actions and your decisions. Be a man of character, right? If you identify as a man who is courageous, then guess what? When you feel the fear, when you don't want to pick up the phone and make the call, when you don't want to go out into the world and dominate your day, you're going to have courage kick in and you're going to go out and you're going to do it anyway. You're going to act in the face of fear because you identify as a courageous man, right? So what character traits does a man need? In my opinion, what are the three most important character traits to encompass, to identify as, so that you can start taking more action and become the man that you need to be? Number one is courage. Act in the face of fear. Whenever you get that itch of not doing something, when the reptilian brain kicks in and says, I don't want to do that, I'm fearful to do that, you got to take action. That's number one. The second character trait of a high performing man is, do you identify as somebody as disciplined? Are you a disciplined man? Do you get up even when you don't want to? Do you do the things that you have to do even when you don't want to do them? Because if you identify as a disciplined man, then you're automatically going to do the things that you have to do to get the outcomes that you want to have. And then number three is character traits. The third character trait is committed. Are you a committed man? Are you committed? Do you identify as a committed man? I'll tell you one thing that I've noticed about business owners working with 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs. The guys that really shine are the guys that are committed to the business through hell and high water. They've gone through it all. They've gone through the anxiety attacks, the panic attacks, the stress, the long nights, the long weekends, the ups and downs, the bankruptcies. But you know what? It didn't faze them because they were committed to the process. Same thing with marriage, gentlemen. Are you committed to your wife? Are you committed to your relationships? So those are the three most important character traits, in my opinion. Be courageous. Identify as a courageous person. Identify as a disciplined person. Identify as a committed person. And watch as your identity shifts, and watch as you start acquiring more of the things that you want out of this life. That is it for today, gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the content. And like always, if you enjoy it, share it with somebody. Let somebody know about the Onward Men movement. Guys that no matter what, we push forward and we get things done and we lead. We're leaders. and we're men. We're out.